So we are into the last part of this mini training course, and this is where we go ahead and install WordPress. Okay, so quite simply, in our dashboard we've got the WordPress tab. We want to go to install and manage. As you can see, there's no WordPress installations yet, so we're going to select WordPress, or if you do want to use WooCommerce and you know that, it's going to install WordPress and WooCommerce together. But for this example, we are just going to do WordPress. We're going to choose the domain, of which we've only got one. Keep the installation path, or don't change anything here. If you do add something in the installation path here, such as I don't know, lexidemo.com/mark, then that would mean your home page or your everything in your website would be lexidemo.com/mark whatever. Okay, you just want to keep this as the home page, as the domain, so we don't want any installation path here, so just leave that as is. The language, we're going to choose the language that's relevant for us, so I want to change that to UK English. And then I want to deselect this install with WordPress Starter. The WordPress Starter is basically a Siteground plugin that gets installed with it, and it basically takes you through the steps of choosing a theme, and some other basic actions that you can do in WordPress. But I have WordPress training videos that go into much more detail, so I recommend that you watch those instead, and I'll give you a bit more understanding about themes and plugins to use on your website. So deselect that, and then it's going to ask us for our admin info. So when it comes to username, I like to use my email address as my username, so I have the same email address and username. Just saves me trying to remember another username to use, and then we need to choose a password as well. Okay, and again, make sure you know what password you've put in. Make sure you've put the correct information in your username, or remember what you've chosen your username to be. If needs be, show your password, see what you've typed out, make sure it's correct. We want to make sure this install WordPress multi-site is turned off, because we're not creating multiple sites, and then we could go ahead and install. That's going to take not too long, probably about a minute or so to do, but as you can see, the process to getting WordPress installed on your website using Siteground is really simple. Traditionally, and some hosting companies still do not include easy WordPress installation. However, most do these days, but for those that don't, it's a complicated process of downloading a bunch of files and installing it into your site via the file explorer into the right places, making sure things are pointing in the right place, and it's just a whole load of hassle. But again, like everything that you can do in Siteground, they make it simple to do. Okay, so as we can see now, we've got manage installations, and we can see we've got the domain with WordPress and what version is installed, and then we've got actions where we can go and view the login panel, or we can update the password, reset permissions, we can move the application to somewhere else like a different folder, or we can delete the WordPress installation entirely. Okay, so if we go and click on the login to admin panel, that pops up in a new tab, and it takes us to our WordPress dashboard. Now, if you've set up your account with an existing domain, if you've got a domain on a different hosting company, and you've just changed the name servers to point to your SiteGround hosting, you may find that you can't log in to your WordPress dashboard. And the reason is because all the name servers haven't updated around all the different servers around the world yet. It doesn't really know where to point to. So if you do get an error when you try and visit your website, just wait 24 to 48 hours to let those name server data update themselves, and then you can come and visit your website a little bit later on. Okay, so this is basically your WordPress dashboard, and you are now ready to build your website using WordPress. Okay, so I'm not going to go into building websites on WordPress here. I do have other courses for that, and I do have a free course also available, so go take a look at that if you want to know more. But as you can see, just to show you, if you haven't already seen the WordPress dashboard, there's this top bar across the top with your user information in the top right corner, and then the main menu is down on the left hand side. Okay, and that's exactly what Siteground have done to keep that sort of familiarity, which just make things super easy to do. Okay, so there's the WordPress dashboard. And if we go back to that tab that we had open when we were looking at the HTTPS, or the secure certificates, when we were installing that, when we took at the link, if I go ahead and refresh that now, as you can see, when we refresh it, it takes us to the basic WordPress homepage. Okay, and this is quite horrible. This is just the theme that WordPress use. It's showing blog posts and everything like that. So don't worry about this being hideous. You can build stunning, amazing websites in WordPress. Okay, we just need to have the right theme installed, using the right plugins, and like I say, you can go ahead and view one of my WordPress tutorials to show you how to build a website in WordPress. Okay, but to get started, these are the core foundations that you need to start with. So I hope you found this mini course helpful. I hope it sort of helps you get off the ground and get your website started in a much easier way. So let's take away all those tech headaches, and let's show you how to get it done both properly and easily. Okay, if you've got any questions, please do ask me. I'm always happy to help in my free Facebook group, which I'll put a link in the documentation to, so you can go ahead and join that group where you can learn a lot more. And if you want to send me some thanks, I would love a Facebook page recommendation or review on the Lexi Media Facebook page, or on Google as well. You can find me on Google and give me a Google recommendation on there as well. Okay, so I hope this has helped you out. Please let me know if it has. Please let me know if you've got any questions. Please let me know if you've got any difficulties as well, and I'll be happy to help you through them. Okay, so thanks for joining me on this course, and I hope to see you again real soon.